Today I am visiting a very good friend of mine, Adam Pearson, who has over the last 12 months just broken £2 million revenue in his business. It's going to be a fantastic conversation talking about his journey. We're in his brand new warehouse, his office. What an amazing journey that you've had, Adam. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your new operations here. So for those that are watching, who's Adam, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I mean, you've probably seen me on Kev's channel a couple of times now. I'm Adam, 23. I have a 7-figure Amazon FBA business from doing multiple different strategies. One, private label. Second, wholesale, exclusive brand deals, and a couple of bundles. And yeah, I've been doing this for over 4 years now. Got a team of, there's 7 of us now, just from thinking about before. I thought we had 5, but we've got 7 members of staff. Things are going extremely awesome.
Honestly, it's amazing. Like Adam's just said, you was on the YouTube channel a few years back now, and you actually started from shipping containers going back a number of years ago.
On this business park.
Yeah, on this business park.
Yeah, they're down there. I'll show you later if you want.
Oh, amazing. And then you've gone into your first warehouse, which was 1,000 square foot?
Something like that.
And now you're in this incredible warehouse with this incredible office complex here. And this is, what's the size of this
3,300 square foot, including the offices and downstairs as well.
Absolutely incredible. Really is. It's so amazing to see your journey, like the success that you've had. And I know for those that are going to be watching this, they may be right at the start of their journey or wanting to take their business to the next level. So you do a number of different business models, from exclusivity to private label. Do you want to talk a little bit more about the beginnings of your journey? You was at the shipping containers initially, and then you moved into that first warehouse. What's been one of the things that's really got you to 2 million in the last 12 months?
Yeah, good question. So the biggest one, even though it's still got a lot of, Kev is here to sort of deep dive into my business and help me grow. One of the things which has helped me get there, and although it needs a lot of work still, is staff. I wouldn't have been able to get to where I am today without the staff members, for sure.
Yeah. I've always said, the greatest asset in any business, I believe, is, the team. And because you can't do everything, right? So we're sat in your office, which is an incredible office. And I will share a few little clips from around the office. You've got a stand-up desk. You've got a DJ booth. you've got a guitar. Nice background. It's really nice, comfortable office. And but you've had to build your team. You've got operations. You've got your warehouse ops. How did you even begin to start building your team out?
So I had a mentorship sort of one-to-one with somebody else about 3 and a bit years ago, and I was just expressing all my business troubles and stuff like this. And he was like, "Look, you need to hire," and he was like, "Look, you need to hire and you need to get this warehouse." And literally 2 weeks down the line, I had a staff member and I got a warehouse, and that's when it all started. Really, to be fair,
yeah. And you, across the 2 million, we mentioned obviously it's private label, exclusivity. Where would you recommend somebody to even get started? What business model would you actually recommend to get started with?
It depends on everybody's situation, everybody's financial situation, time situation. I don't do it, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but arbitrage could be good for some people. It really depends. If you've got a very small budget, then start flipping some items, learn the Amazon platform, just have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Second of all, I mean, if you've got 2-3 grand, let's dive straight into wholesale, more specifically going directly and speaking to brands and manufacturers. I literally, since maybe this is why I made the success of things, was because I've never really contacted wholesalers ever, even when I was at my parents' house. When I was at my parents' house, I was contacting brands directly and having pallets turn up to my house. I just went straight in for the jugular, right to brands and brands only. And then, because that leads down to more things like when you start working with brands, yeah, maybe you get higher margin and stuff like this, but it can lead to things like exclusive brand deals and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, because you've got so Adam's got a TikTok account, and you went on a contact suppliers challenge, I think it was, where was it for 30 days? You was literally calling up suppliers.
Yeah, I've done 50 of them. Yeah.
So you've done 50 of them. So so the big takeaway there is like just get on the phone and start talking to people.
Jordan Belfort says, yeah, start dialing. Yeah.
Just start dialing.
I got one exclusive brand deal from them 50 phone calls. Got one.
Which is amazing, really. It seems like maybe obvious or simple when you say it, but like somebody might be going like, well, where do I even begin? Like, where do you begin? Do you just Google it? Do you just how do you even know who to contact?
Well, to be fair, when you start learning about Amazon, more specifically when you're trying to source wholesale products, you can literally see very, very simply, a product is selling. Maybe it's 100 times, maybe it's 1,000 times a month. The product is selling.
Mm-hmm.
Image, trash, there's one of them, but it's selling. That is literally just something to go off straight away. If we're talking about exclusive brand deals, if we're talking about just sourcing from the brand, there's even less you need to look for. You just need to make sure there's people on the listing and also the product selling. Go and contact the brand. Worry about your margin and stuff later when you've actually got prices and stuff.
Yeah. So, and that is one of the, I think is a obviously from the results that you've got, an incredible opportunity now for, if you look at Amazon, I'm sure you do, look at different listings, and the optimization of a listing is important. It can potentially present gaps on where the brand could be better, and that is so I assume when you first start in this conversation, you are trying to provide value to that brand first, right?
Yeah, more often than not. Often than not, yeah.
So, have you? So, if you could just share, I guess, for those who are watching, like, what would an example conversation be like? So, you found something, you tried to get them on the phone, and do you just go straight away? Do you do exclusivity? Like, how does it actually work more in finer detail?
Yeah, I mean, if I just go for an example, just from a couple of weeks ago, I was just looking online to just source some more products just in general, and I came across this product. I contacted the brand directly, had a good contact within there. We exchanged a couple of emails across. He sent the price list, and then he also sent the new account form, and all I did was send him an email. I just went, look, your brand XYZ could be way better up on the Amazon platform. You're not taking advantage of this and this. It could potentially, the sales uplift could be X amount. Are you free for a call this week? And I got a call booked in that, like 2 days later, had a meeting with him and pitched exclusive brand deals to him, and he was interested. We haven't secured a deal, but it was a good conversation, and it was potentially another one. Yeah, still could be in the future, but yeah.
Yeah. So I would definitely, if you're looking at getting started and you've never got to kind of exclusivity or anything, it's a case of just reaching out, doing research, trying to find listings, and then trying to just call them direct. And it might take a bit of time. So like in your experience, what's maybe like a lead time from like kind of getting started? Obviously some are going to be longer than others, but could you give an example of like, an average lead time it would take to get to a point where you might have a meeting in person?
Oh, I mean, you can get them booked within like a week or two. Yeah, reasonably simply. Actually going ahead and, yeah, it really does depend, because sometimes you may it's easier just to get these deals with brands you've been working with for like a year or two, just buying their products and reselling them. It's way easier. Mm-hmm. Straight off the bat, yeah, you can get a meeting booked in like a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then obviously you got to go through the brand registry process. If they're a medium-sized company, they're going to have people to speak to, board of directors and stuff like this. If they've got do like 10 to 100 million a year or something, there's going to be some red tape to deal with. So Sometimes it could take a while internally there. And
Yeah, and have you found? I assume that you have. Have you found the fact that you've got this, amazing warehouse that you've? How long have you been here for now?
a month now.
You've been about a month, and obviously the previous warehouse. Have you found it helps to have that infrastructure in place where you can say, I'm Adam. Here's my warehouse. Here's my.
Yeah.
Do you have a website and things of this?
Yeah. So I've only had 2 supplier visits, and one of them already knows me very, very well. So although he was impressed and things like this, he's very, very happy with it. This week coming up, I've got 2 brand new suppliers coming up, which is going to be a very good testament to it. Like, I'm really looking forward to this week coming. I've got 2 brand new suppliers. I'm looking forward to impressing them. And then I had another supplier last week as well. It was his first time visiting premises at all, and he said he really likes it as well. So I mean, it gives you a lot of credibility, gives you confidence to speak to the suppliers and stuff like this, inviting them round, come round for a coffee and stuff.
Yeah, amazing. Because I do think as we go more and more into the future, like relationships is going to be key. Being able to call people, set up meetings, whether that is in person or via Zoom nowadays, having a virtual call. So highly recommend that. You also mentioned from a private label perspective. Private label obviously is in many ways like the holy grail. People want to have their own private label brand. Obviously you don't have to go into the full details of what your brand is unless you wanted to, but how did you even get started with like, okay, I'm going to do my own private label brand?
I invested in private label mentorship like a year and a half ago. Just knew it was what you needed to get into to succeed, really. I found like a very unique way of doing it. I'm not ordering from China at all, so I get my stock very quickly. I don't have big lead times at all.
And the creative part of it, so like, I've seen some of your products around the warehouse, etc. You've one of the things that's different from a private label perspective is obviously when it's exclusivity or when it's wholesale or when it's online arbitrage, you're kind of just like reselling what's already there. You don't really have to think about any other considerations of like your labels or your any type of information that you need on labels or barcodes or any of this nature. Like, has that been a relatively straightforward process for those that have never gone through that? Share some practical tips on like if they're thinking about private label, what's some of the things that they have to think about?
So you'd want to be going for the simplest product possible. That's sort of advice that I would give. And again, I'm still quite new to private label, to be honest, still very, very new, but I'd go for simple products. Main reason being, if you're just trying to sell anything electrical, you need to get like CE certificates, you need declarations of conformity, and I don't want to sort of bore you guys and get too technical, but that could be a lot of work and a minefield to say the least. So if you're looking for very simple products which don't require a lot of sort of documentation for as well, but is the question sort of where should somebody start to?
Yeah, I mean that was a really good. So from that answer, that was a really good answer from a perspective of keeping it simple initially.
Yeah, you need to make sure obviously like relevant things are on the packaging, like manufacturer information, so like details of you, your company, contact details. Where it's made, the title of the product's grammage, if it's sort of like, consumable in some way, shape or form, so grams, milliliters, whatever the sort of contents of the product are, logo, barcode, things like this. And the cool thing is you can put your own barcode and stuff on your packaging, so it saves you prep.
Yeah.
Prep and labeling.
100%. And what's been your experience in terms of getting a listing off the ground? Obviously you create a listing, it's a brand new listing, it's got no history of sales. Do you go straight into PPC, or like how do you get the listing to gain some traction?
So I love doing this because I get up to the top there. Some of these people which have got like 500 to 1,000 reviews, which are selling quite well, and I could get up there with just like very minimal reviews, if any. Start making sales. Maybe it's quite unique. I've got the facilities to do this. Spending money on buying, Amazon buying, which is giving products away, getting reviews in return. So you're paying for that service, and you're also paying for the actual products you're giving away. So if something's £10 per unit and I'm giving away a 30, that's 300 quid.
Yeah.
And then also Amazon charge for that, so it's 450, something like this. There's that. Selling at break even, a very, very low price, and then like trickling your way back up, and then coupling that with advertising as well. Doing that 3 to 4 weeks, when you get up to the price you want to be actually selling at, start maintaining sales there. It works quite well.
Amazing. And is your private label operations and business right now? Is it solely focused on Amazon, or are you kind of building it out from its own website, its own entity, its own marketing capabilities, essentially?
Oh well, we've talked about it quite a lot today. We're branching out into a website and doing business to business stuff. It's not necessary for selling the product. We're actually going to be selling a service without really sharing too much about the product details. It's hard to say, but we've invested in some machinery basically, and we're going to be selling a service which relates to the machine. So it somewhat relates to the product, but it's going to be a little bit different. But it opens us up to new doors basically.
No, yeah. It's the reason why I asked that is, from the operations that we have, and in terms of the business. So a part of our Systemise housekeeping, which has been going really, really well. Team are doing fantastic, but we are using other products, and we're thinking right now we're just in the background design of our own private label brand that can supplement our housekeepers, etc. So instead of using other people's cleaning products, we can basically create a brand out of it, right? So, but part of that, I was thinking to myself, like, Amazon is just one sales channel. There's a lot of other sales channels, and of course, we know how Amazon can be as well, in terms of if something happens to your account or anything of this nature. So that's the reason why I asked that question, to see whether are you diversifying, going into other marketplaces. Do you sell on any other platform? Or?
I sell on TikTok. I sell that product on TikTok. That's my brand, my product. But hopefully it's not visible at the moment on the camera. But,
no, I don't think it is.
But yeah, this is a product which we launched on TikTok about a month or so ago. Sold 300 of them so far.
And that's through TikTok Shop?
Yeah. That's mostly by my videos and myself. Getting a team of affiliates, that's in the progress. Because I don't have time for videos now.
So TikTok Shop, everybody knows a TikTok Shop, and it's still a platform that is, to me, it's actually like, it's the current age of like QVC, right? If you think about it, historically QVC be on the telly, but you think how much demand, people are on the phones all the time now. And I know for my wife Kylie, she buys on TikTok very often. She's following people, packing box, and that's actually one of the things that that Kylie does, and it's something you might want to consider in your own warehouse, like in your own brand. She'll watch a company like packing orders. And like, there's a lady that's like essentially got her own brand, whatever it might be, makeup or whatever, and she's like saying out loud to TikTok, going like, "Oh, you've just placed an order, Karen. Here's your order. I'm packing it out, and here you go." Yeah, on the live stream, and then Kylie's watching that, and she's like, "They're in," but they've literally got tens of thousands of people viewing, and in real time just packing orders. So. Maybe that's something that you can consider doing in the warehouse potentially. You've got an incredible. You've had an incredible journey. What would you say for somebody that's watching? What's been like? I don't know. Let's say from one of the biggest lessons that you've learned? If you could go back to you and you are just opening the shipping container and you've learned a lot of experience now.
Yeah. The biggest, don't go too crazy on one product, and when you see an opportunity which you think is like phenomenal and amazing, just give it a day or consult with somebody first, because I have lost a lot of money.
Going too deep.
Yeah, going too deep, and also like I lost wasn't just too deep. One of the times it was a fake product, so I just completely lost money. I've gone too deep on products before where I've just invested a lot of money into it, and it's just taken me like 12 months to sell the product, which is ridiculous. You shouldn't be investing into 12 months of stock. Yeah, don't go too deep and don't get too overwhelmed and let the emotions take over. Give it a day, give it 2 days. Speak to people about the opportunity, primarily mentors and things like this.
And they may see a different perspective that you may have overlooked.
Yeah, I didn't consult anyone at all. I just bought it.
And then found out later. And what does the future hold for you, Adam? Like you've taken this step, incredible warehouse, incredible journey, as we say. What is all this for? Like, what is your ambitions of this business? Where's Adam now in 2-3 years from now?
Yeah, I want to grow this to 10 mil a year, for sure. But I'm not sure how long that's going to take. I'd like to have it done in 5 years' time. Other than that, I'm still figuring this out. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah. And Adam's going to be at the upcoming Systemise Summit. You're going to be a speaker this year in 2025, and we're really, really excited to have you there, Adam, because, like I say, you've got a fantastic story. You've had a great journey. You've built this from literally nothing. You've gone through shipping containers to your first warehouse, to your second warehouse. You've now got offices. You've got a team. You're very much maturing your processes and systems and everything else. And you've got a lot of experience to kind of show. So, what's your thoughts on being on stage this year?
Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be daunting a little bit. It'll be the first time, but it'll be good.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
And Adam's going to be. We're going to be touching more on a bit more exclusivity. Yeah, a bit of exclusivity. I think exclusive brand deals is definitely something that you're going to want to put on your list as a focus at some point, because Amazon over the years. I remember 2015. We're now 2025. Over the 10 years, there's been a lot of changes. We all know how much changes that there've been, but there are some fundamental principles that I don't think will ever change, such as there's always going to be brands that are looking for help. They may not even know that they need help, and there's experts like you or you, Adam, or myself that know the marketplace a little bit better, that you can make these people aware of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Brands are never going to go away, and being able to build relationships and call people on the phones, and that's why I'm really, really excited, Adam. So where can people find you online?
Instagram. I just type in Adam Pearson FBA, TikTok Adam Pearson FBA, and also YouTube. Same, Adam Pearson FBA. Yeah.
And I will put, if you look in the description down below, there's going to be the links to his TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Check him out. You'll be able to. I'll actually also share down below the original video from a few years back with Adam in his old warehouse, which you can, if you've never seen that, you can check that out as well, and you can kind of see the evolution. But Adam, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Likewise.
Really, really appreciated. I wish you all the best as always. I can't wait to see what your future holds, and if the trend of your journey is only going from strength to strength. So. Got any questions for Adam or myself at all, then comment down below, let me know, and please give it a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed this. As always, my name's Kev, inspiring you every day to keep taking massive action, and once again, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.